Hey guys, Adam here at DirectionTrader.com. Let's go over today and talk about what we did today and what we're going to do moving forward. Let me just shrink this up if I were. Actually, let me just blow this chart up. Here you go. This is the 1600 tick. This is our longer chart, or what we could call our anchor chart. And this is where we get a lot of our trading ideas off of initially to start the day, and then we can feed off this moving forward using our different momentum techniques, using these longer time frames for the more established peaks high, peaks low, and all that. So might as well start here. Early on this morning, we established that we did have a nice little channel here. Everybody can see that. We had a nice little channel here working its way up, and we opened up today way up here at the highs of the channel. So being at the highs of the channel, after a nice little push up here, we had gapped up over the night. We were originally looking to break through this swing low and get some trading opportunities back down towards the lower end of this band. Sure enough, we got that. We were able to get a nice little sell-off, but the darn thing just kept on dropping so dramatically. I had orders for pullbacks and never got filled. So we had some talk in the room about not getting fills and looking at this and kind of thinking of it as missed opportunities. It's not really a missed opportunity in my book unless I just did not try for it. Obviously, on this down push here, the only way only way I get into this market is if the market pulls back and gets me a fill and goes with it. Getting fills are just part of my overall structure and what I do to trade. Sometimes as a limit order trader, I don't get fills. There are times that markets will take off. I'll place an order, come back, it just won't fill me, and then just pop up. I know that, guys. That is all part of trading. That's part of what I have to deal with. And that's kind of what we had here. So in hindsight, you can say, well, there's a lot of opportunity there. Yeah, there is. But really, if it didn't pull back to get me in, then it's just one of them things. All I can do from here is use it as an anchor leg. If that makes sense. We can use the anchor leg for the next pullback, and that is exactly what we did. So since we didn't get the fill on the drop here, we were able to get the fills on the pullbacks. As this thing pulled back, had a nice anchor leg, pulled back, reset us here for another push, and that's where our trading opportunities came later in the morning, a little bit later, towards, after that 10 o'clock Central Time. But rather than kind of getting upset for missing an opportunity and then over trading, just trying to revenge trade and make some profits after we got upset at missing a trade, that's not what we do. That's not what we did in the trading room. We were extremely patient to wait and just start to realize that this isn't necessarily a missed opportunity. This is just a really good anchor leg for a pullback trade. And that's the way we looked at it, and that's the way we used it, and we were able to benefit from that moving forward. And took some really nice shorts later in the morning, provided us some profit, and ended up making it a good day for us. So what I was trying to get established about, in this video was, if this ever happens to you guys, or maybe you get this big push up here, and you're like, all right, I'm ready to go along with this pullback, and it misses you by a tick. And then all of a sudden it pops up here. Do I just, bam, just jump into this? No, because that's not part of my entry. The reason I have my entry here is so I can manage my risk and my reward. I know what my risk is, I know what my reward is, and I can do this consistently over a period of time. If I'm just willing to just randomly just run up here and grab it because we're in the direction of the momentum, that risk to reward where I had this small risk to this big reward, that goes out the window. Now I got this big risk to this little reward. And that's not what I'm looking for in trading. I'm looking to be as consistent as I possibly can, not to mention as disciplined and patient as I possibly can. And today was a really, really good indication of that. We did not get upset at this drop because we tried for two different opportunities as this thing was dropping. It just did not pull back enough to get us in. I didn't chase it. All we did was accepted the fact that there's just no trade here for me because it did not pull back enough for me to trade. I had to move on. Come to think of it, it was a really nice anchor leg, and that's what we were talking about in the room. It's a really nice anchor leg to the downside, and then we were able to take advantage as the market pulled back and was rolling back to the downside. All right, and as you can see here, we did draw a fib from the lows to the highs here. this morning, and you see where the market came to. Right back to this 50% retracement and has gotten a nice bounce from there. So let's look a little bit further. If we can continue to push higher, we have profit targets up here much, much higher. As you see here, we have profit target up here at 2040 if this holds going into tomorrow. Now, as you see here, we still have these highs up here that are going to be tested. These are going to be tested. Well, if it's going to break higher, these are going to have to be tested and broken in order to push up there. But if that is the case, I am looking for that 2040 area. If not, I will be looking for more rollover. Because if you guys remember in last week's video, let me go back to them. Sorry to jump all over just a little bit here, guys. But if we go back to last week's video, let me go back here and blow up the daily chart. We talked a lot about this level. This here is a daily chart of the S&P. We talked a lot about this level, the swing highs, swing lows, and we've been stuck in this little range here all last week, and then obviously earlier this week. We did get a nice bounce here on Friday, but here we are, not much of a day here. We got a little doji here. We're trying to establish, does this thing want to push higher? Are we going to get through these levels and start to push higher again? Or is this it? As this thing came to its end, and here we are using this, what I want to call, it's like a head and shoulders, just a little mini head and shoulders. Is this going to continue its way to the downside and complete this head and shoulders process? That's what we're trying to establish. So going into tomorrow, what am I going to look at? I'm going to look very closely at today's highs and see if we're going to push through them. If we push through today's highs, we're off to the races, guys. This thing is a no-brainer. We're bouncing off this support, and this is a no-brainer. If we stay below the previous day's highs, I'm going to do my best to look for some of them opportunities, some selling opportunities here, because this thing looks like it's trying to complete its head and shoulders, okay, on a daily chart. So it's going to be very important watching that previous day's highs tomorrow, or today's trading highs. If we can break above that, there's not much to hold us here for quite some time to the upside. If we hold below that previous day's highs, I'm going to do my best to look for good, high-quality momentum opportunities to the short side here in the stock index futures, and more importantly here in the S&P. So, hope that helps, guys. I hope that that little check of what we did in the trading room whenever we missed that original anchor leg, we didn't freak out. We didn't get crazy aggressive. We used it to our advantage. We had to be disciplined and patient and wait for our opportunities, which came later. But we were able to take some trades there and make some profits today. And really could have went badly if somebody kind of got upset at missing that drop, because we were trying. Our initial plan for the day when we started our morning analysis was to get that market to short it, to get that drop in the market. Sure enough, it dropped absolutely perfectly, the same way that we intended on it. We just never got our orders filled. We had limit orders out there to short the market, never got them filled. Rather than chase them or get upset and overtrade, we just realized that the move was over. We had to wait for it to establish a pullback, and then as it was starting to drop again, we were taking more interest to the short side. It ended up, nice, patient, disciplined day, and you feel better about yourself after the end of the day if you're able to be nice and patient and disciplined and stick to your rules. So all in all, pretty good day in the live trading room today. State of the Union tonight, guys. Who knows what in the world the market's going to do going into tomorrow. So all we can do is just wait. I'm going to sit and watch it tonight, enjoy it, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow. I'm going to come in tomorrow with the mindset of using that previous day's highs and use exactly the analysis we just laid out here in this video, and we'll see what we can get going into tomorrow. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and email me, adam@directiontrader.com. You can leave a comment below this video. I will be the one that will reply to that comment, so you can leave a comment below the video, or like I said, get a hold of me, adam@directiontrader.com. All right, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.